Hmm. Well, gang, I'm here. I don't know that anybody's gonna be here, but, you know, it's worth a shot. So, let me get rid of that, put myself back up here in the middle, and hopefully people will show up. Anyway, with I'm just kinda checking, checking in. Not really not really doing anything, not a lot to say, you know. I know people have said that they haven't seen me in a while, and they haven't. Um, I'll be honest, I have been so busy, that I barely have time to wipe my nose, much less get on and do this. As much as I miss you guys, as much as I want to, um, I just haven't had the time. And, well, we can go back a little bit here. Um, One of the things that y'all may know, some of you, most of you, if you've been, watching me for any length of time, um, my entire world turned upside down and inside out on August 25th, 2024. At that time, things that were going on in this community where DOA was creating as much havoc as he could without totally alienating everybody. And people were choosing sides. The whole thing with Aaron and Jenna blew up. There was a lot of stuff going on. People were saying, "Well, you have to choose this side. Well, you have to choose that side." And my husband died. Suddenly, choosing sides wasn't all that important. You know, it really wasn't. Well, it's been 7 months to the day. Today was 7 months. And while, all of you guys helped me out a lot, and I would step in every so often, say hello, show up every once in a while. As you can see, there have been some changes here in this area too. I mean, let's be honest. When a Southern girl says this, she doesn't say, "Oh, hell no." She goes, "Oh, hell no." So I needed to reflect that. So I changed it to "Oh, hell no," because that's how you say it. Anyway, um, changes have been going on in the community. Changes have been going on all kinds of places. Um, I hadn't really been able to step in and take a look at what had been going on for quite some time. And I've been homesick the last 3 days. Uh, had a doctor's appointment today. I'm going back to work tomorrow, which is why I can't stay on very late. But, I had a doctor's, I had kind of wandered through what was going on. And I stepped back in for a short bit just before I went back to work at HEB. And, this whole thing with Nora was blowing up about how she was trying to turn everybody against Aaron. And as far as I know, from what I've kind of gathered, just in kind of sorry about the dog uh, in the background, kind of watching stuff going on. Hey, Dan. Um, just kind of watching stuff going on. And apparently, Nora and Aaron have made up. Okay. I'm happy for them. But I've kind of seen a couple other things that have kind of gone on, and I'm kind of wondering about. And then I got to thinking about it, and you know, there was never talking about this recent Tommy thing. That I mean, I don't know what all went down there. Um, but Tommy never ever said he was a good guy. He never said he was a law abiding citizen. You know, I mean, he said he was a crook. He said he was a con. And basically, I think what I'm seeing and what's gone on, um, he's living up to his billing. You know, I don't know what happened with Reese. Last thing I remember seeing Reese was they got engaged on New Year's Eve. It was 3 months ago. You know, I've seen or heard or somehow figured out that they ended that. Um, caught a bit of Reese in some sort of meltdown where she recorded Tommy, some sort of conversation that she and Tommy had. Um, and you know, let's be honest, there's so many things in this world so much more important than personalities and who gets along with whom. You know, you kind of learn perspective when your world's turned upside down and inside out. And you know, you just really and truly start realizing that all these little petty things, these little bits of infighting and make choose this side or choose that side or whatever, aren't really that important. When you have to make decisions about whether to follow doctor's orders or live under a bridge, yeah, hey, Scooter. Um, you know, when you have to make those kind of decisions, then who gets along with whom really isn't all that important now, is it? You know? So, but those are some of the things I've observed. And I find it interesting. I mean, Reese never said she was a bad person, but she did have a bad influence in Tommy. Tommy never said he was a good guy. Tommy always said he was a, um, yeah, yeah, at our ages, exactly. I get you on that one for sure. Um, but Tommy always said he was a crook. He said he was a criminal. He said he was a bank robber. He's obviously a con man, you know, for what's gone on with Reese. You know, I'm hearing different stories. I have people that I truly believe, that I trust. And there are people that I just kind of scratch my head and go, okay. But if Reese said bad things about Susie, then she was out of line. Susie and her husband are battling cancer, and there's no faking that. Susie's not using it to raise money for herself or anybody else. You know, Susie is living her best life. And I haven't gone over to her channel yet. I'm slowly catching up, guys. It's taking me a little bit. Um, one of the things that is residual effect of the PTSD and the mental issues that I'm having since my husband's death, is that I my attention span's very, very short. So, yeah, it's, am I fading in and out of oh, you're talking about my background, yeah. Um, well, you were doing the same thing, Scooter, so there. Actually, your mic thing was doing it was kinda funny to watch. But anyway, yeah, well, my background is kind of I don't have a green screen behind me anymore, okay? Anyway, um, I'll sit forward, how's that? Uh, anyway, Susie needs all our thoughts and prayers with what she's going through. Um, with her, you know, cancer and so on and so forth. So stay tuned for next week, another episode of Must See YouTube. Oh no. Well, I will be honest. I'm on Restream now, mainly because I went over to my usual StreamYard, and holy crap, for a service that I will use um, once in a blue moon because I don't have time. I'm not going to spend that kind of money. So, yeah. So I'm on Restream. Um, I'm not sure, I tried to do a schedule. Apparently, I have to schedule it well in advance. But anyway, um, and the dog is obviously talking to me. He's telling me that he wants in. It's time to go to bed. And I do have work in the morning. Um, but I did want to check in, let you guys know I'm still alive. I'm working two jobs. Um, I am currently back at what I used to do prior to the panda, um, and getting as involved in the the Scientology movement. Um, thank you. Um, I worked as a demonstration chef at a local grocery store, and I'm back doing that. And I'm also doing DoorDash. So needless to say, I am. Hi, Tiff. Hi, Kate D. Um, I am busy constantly. I still have a little trouble sleeping. I, I will tell you, honest to God, anywhere between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning, I'm awake every morning. Took me a while to figure out why, and the reason why is that it was that time that my husband every morning would give me a kiss on the cheek before he left for work, and so it's like I wake up to expect it, and it doesn't happen. But I'm moving forward. I'm not isolating. I'm not shutting myself into my house anymore. I'm forcing myself to go. I forced myself to go back to work, obviously. Um, and I find it just kind of the craziness that's been going on while I've been gone, while I've been dealing with my life, has been craziness to say the least. You know, um, I miss you guys so much, and I keep wanting to come back in and do this again and do this weekly and all that stuff if I can find the time. Um, and then I went watching all of this that's been going on, and I'm like, do I really want to do this? You know, do I really want to get back involved in this? This is nuts. It's like as the world turns, I don't think they make as good a soap opera as what's been going on while I've been gone. You know, I mean, it's it's just mind boggling to sit here and watch what's been happening, and you know it's just it's just craziness. It's just craziness. Yeah. Um, I'm doing what I need to do. Like I said, working 2 jobs, days off. My son and I are remodeling our house. We've got 1 room done, 1 down, the rest of the house to go. Um, we're moving into the hallway and then into the other bedroom at the other end of the house. We'll be moving from there to the laundry room and then my room. So you'll see me actually kind of, well, you might. I'll try to get on more often. I wanted to surprise Scooter the other day um, during her show, and it just, hi, Fuzzy, um, during her show, and I just was doing touch up paint on my trim and missed it. My bad. Nice to see you too. Um, like I said, I will try. Yeah, as I disappear and reappear into my into my background. Um, I will try to be again, try keyword, to be a little bit around a little bit more. Um, I can't promise it, but I will try. It just kind of depends on what happens, you know, going forward. Um, it's been a difficult time. Um, like I said, starting out 7 months to the day today, and my world turned upside down and inside out. And I am I am not looking forward to next month. My birthday's coming up, and it's going to be the first one without him. Um, it's going to be difficult because he always, you know, he would always bring me on Valentine's strawberries, chocolate covered strawberries, and I didn't get any this year. Um, on Mother's Day, he would do the same, and that's not going to happen. And it's there's so many things for the first time this year that aren't going to happen. He would always try to get me a birthday cake. That's not going to happen. um, I'm off on my birthday this year, mainly because I have another doctor's appointment that I have to go to, or I would be working. Um, I've had a couple of times at work where there have been things that, I guess the first one was the first week I was there. My new boss just gave me such amazing compliments that I was, doing such a great job and engaging the customers, and the sales were up, exponentially since I had shown up and I had started. And I was so excited. Afterwards, I clocked out. I went and I jumped in my car, or the truck, and I started heading home. I was so excited to tell Pete about these great compliments. I got about halfway there and realized the reason I was driving his truck. And I realized he wasn't going to be there. I am proud of myself, actually. I have my moments. Um, but yeah, I'm moving forward. I'm not stagnant. I'm not, sitting in a corner and melting down. Um, and I haven't done anything monumentally stupid, you know. Um, but I had to pull over and have a little cry when I realized that he wasn't going to be there for me to share, this victory with. That was tough. And then maybe. And then, I guess it was a week ago, a couple of weeks ago. At the end of the night, we take the stuff that we've used and we buy our groceries. Basically, there's a card that we run. It's like a credit card, um, that pays for the things we use during the day. And I was going to go buy the groceries, and we have to do it through the customer service desk. And I was standing in line at the customer service desk facing a wall, and on that wall was the first aid kit, and right above it was the automatic defibrillator. And oh boy, did that set some stuff off. I literally had to hold myself together for an hour before I could get out to the car and melt down. But all I could see was flashbacks of that day because of that defibrillator. The thing about it is, you never know what's going to set you off. You just never know. And certain things set it off. And like I said, every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up expecting that kiss on the cheek, and it's not there. And so I lay there for a little bit and think about it, then eventually go back to sleep and then wake up around 7. But anyway, I did want to let you guys know how I was doing, what was going on, why you hadn't seen me, um, and that I'm still here. And that I do check in every so often, catch y'all's channels, watch some things, you know. Sabbath is still alive and kicking. Ozzy is doing much better. His little issue after being neutered has resolved itself. Um, Peter is Peter. Jack is living in Florida. I have no clue what his daughter is doing. His oldest. She has stopped talking to me for some reason and hasn't said why, and I don't know what's going on. But needless to say, things she was supposed to be executor of living will and that type of stuff, and I've had to change that to my brother. Poor guy. He's executor of me, mom, and my dad's living will. Poor thing. Um, you know, it's we just don't know. Um, and I think there are watermelons. Yeah. You mean the cantaloupes? Yeah. Um, actually, they were oranges. They were grapefruits. They were pretty big, but you poor guy. Anyway, um, went to the doctor today. We're going to be changing some medications, doing some other things. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a whole new reality. And I know I didn't, but I don't think people realize just how big of, you know, because you never expect it. It doesn't matter if, you know, you're dealing with a loved one who has been ill for a long time and you know it's coming, or it happens to you like it happened to me. But the reality of it is you never know how you are going to move forward, how you are going to handle things until it happens to you. You know, you can think, "Oh, I'll be fine. You know, I'll move on. I'll, you know, God knows." But until it slaps you in the face, you don't know. And I'm proud of the fact that I have accomplished what I've accomplished. Because you guys remember the days following that happening. And I know Scooter does. I know Pup does. I know Kim does. They were people who were literally talking to me at the time. I didn't know how I was going to survive the next day. I didn't know how I was going to survive the next breath. I survived them. I've survived 7 months of them. I still wonder how I'm going to survive the next important date, that being my birthday. I will. I won't say that I will be what word am I looking for? I won't say that it will be a good day, but I'll survive it. And, I read people who go through this, who have gone through this, and they say that each year it's supposed to get better, and for some people it gets worse. I think it's a frame of mind. I think yeah, exactly. I think it's a frame of mind. Yeah. Yeah, Kate. And I think you have to have, if you're forcing yourself to remain in that space, that mindset, and you're not allowing yourself to think beyond that moment, then you're not going to get through it. And Kate will tell you, it's not getting over, it's getting through. It's all about getting through, and it's all about your frame of mind. And that is something I have learned. If my damn, well, I was gonna say, here, hang on, let me take care of this little issue. Stupid thing is driving me insane. Okay. Yes, it's a mess. I don't know what's hanging down in front of my camera there, but oh, I know what's hanging down. No, well, I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's all a mindset. It's all, if you cannot come to terms with the fact that you have to continue to live, then you won't. It's that simple. And I've come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to drop dead tomorrow. At least I don't think so. I've come to terms with the fact that I am still breathing. Come to terms with the fact that I still have to pay the bills. I still have to do all those things that you have to do. I just have to do them by myself right now. I mean, Peter helps, but the reality of it is I'm making most of the payments. He does the best he can. He's making the house payment, but and it'll take time. I mean, it will. Anywho, like I said, I just wanted to stop in, say hello, give a little bit of my thoughts about some of the things I was seeing in the community. And granted, I shouldn't be able to say anything. I haven't been here, for crying out loud. But sometimes it's taking a step back and then peeking in the door that you look at and you see some of the absolute ludicrousness of some of the things that is going on, you know? When something a bit more life altering, life changing happens, you learn that these little squabbles and so doesn't get along with so and so said that about so and it's all just noise. And what matters is what you do. What matters is who you are. And what matters is, are you doing the best that you can? And in the scheme of life, that's all that matters. So, with that being said, y'all, let's not worry about whether or not Tommy's a crook or Reese is saying bad things about people or Nora likes Aaron or any of that stuff. Let's worry about what we can do to make this a better place for everyone. What we can do to stop what really matters, and that's the abuses that go on in this world, not just in Scientology, all over the world. There are abuses. You see somebody being abused as you walk down the street. The question is, do you notice, or is it just noise? So what we need to do is notice. Let's tune out the noise and notice what's important. Hi, pup. Love you, Jen. Let's notice what is important. Let's stop the abuses. Tune out the noise and do what we can to make this world a better place. Because there's a lot of shit going down these days. Whole lot of shit. So let's do what we can to clean it up a little bit. What do you say? I'll try to be in more often, guys. Pup, so good to see you. I know I'm cutting into your art hour, but I thought it might be good for me to at least say hello. On this 7-month, it's not an anniversary, but it's a 7-month anniversary of the day my life changed. So let's make a change for positive change. I challenge all of you. Let's make a positive change in our own lives and in the lives of at least one other person. Because that's what matters. All righty. I'm really glad to have spent a little bit of time with you guys. It's been a little longer than I had planned, but but I needed to. It had been way too long since y'all had heard from me. I mean, when I get a message from Dusty on my Facebook says, "Are you still alive?" I know it's been too long. Yes. Yes, Chrissy. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Chrissy, I agree with you. 100%. Anyway, Pup is probably about to start her evening art. Um, so I encourage everybody to head on over to Pup Groomer's channel. I'm going to stop by and say hello before I go to bed. I do have to get up in the morning, and 6 o'clock comes really early. So I'm going to call it for the night. Again, I'm going to try to figure out what the heck that is in my camera range here. I don't know what it is. But anyway, everybody make sure that she got 38 minutes to go still. Come on. Yeah, I can't do it for 31 more minutes. She can go on early. Pup, come on early so I can say hi. Anyway, yes, I'm glad I checked into. I will do my best to do it a bit more often. Still trying to figure out what the hell that thing is. And I can't figure it out. Oh, it's not that. I'm sorry. That's shining in your face, isn't it? Ugh. There we go. We'll get rid of that. Turn that. Okay. I don't know what that is. It's going to drive me insane until I figure it out. Oh, I know what it is. It's the little door that closes over my webcam. Growing a huge garden for your neighbors and friends. Start talking to the community. Yes, that is a really good idea. And I have missed all of you guys a lot. You guys have no idea how much. Well, Pup, go get your coffee. Come back on here and let me know when you're ready to go, and then we'll do a room raid. Anyway, I am, like I said, I'm hoping to be able to come on a bit more often. We'll have to see what my schedule looks like. You know, I'm making a good hourly wage over at the store, which means I might be able to back off of DoorDash a little bit. But with the house remodel, I'm trying to, I'm trying to be able to pay for that too, because that's over and above what. Papa misses me. Oh my goodness, I miss him too. Actually, he's such a he's a card. But anyway, I've got to figure out how to pay for the the remodel of the house, and that's pretty much where the unsolved mystery, where the DoorDash money is going. I've got discovered, kind of interestingly, we all know that I have a teeth issue, and I have an appointment Thursday with a dentist that there's been on Facebook and all this other stuff, saying that if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, your medical insurance, if they can find a reason for medical to cover it, might cover implants. And when I talked to the dentist, of course, starting this new job, immediately I got health insurance through the company because I went full time, which was kind of interesting because when I realized I was going to have to truly go back to work, I went back to the website that you apply on for where I used to work, and As luck would have it, the same job that I had at a different store, but that was closer to me, was open and it was full time. The likelihood of that happening is so rare, I cannot even begin to tell you how rare it is. There is very little turnover. Usually, the only way that you can get back into, hey, DOA, um, the only way you can get back into that area is if they open a new store, which they had. But at the same time, they had already hired for it uh, prior to me realizing I had to go back. And so basically, the store that I was at had been working understaffed, and they had finally allowed them the hours to hire another full-time person, um, about the same week that I applied. And as a result, I came back full time with full benefits, one of which is Blue Cross Blue Shield. And so I contacted the dentist, and they looked at my policy, and we talked back and forth a little bit. I've got to go in for another consultation, but they think that they can get most of my, you ready for this, for both upper and lower, $55,000 of implants covered by health insurance, which would bring it down anywhere between, you know, five to $7,000 uh, out of pocket, of which my FSA is at 3,200. My hi Kimberly. My FSA is at 3,200. I have been setting back as much money as I can into a back account at a totally different bank so that I don't even see it um, every week, so that when we get to the point of being able to do that, then I can actually do it. And so that's some interesting stuff that has come up. Um, so hopefully we're going to get this problem fixed. Um, I have been, it's actually kind of funny. Excuse me. Um, I have been taking something called HGH, which is human growth hormone. By the way, I'm not smoking still, guys. Um, so not no haven't touched a cigarette since I put them down. Well, before I had to go to work. um, anyway, since the first of the year, anyway. Um, the uh, yeah, well, I think, Peter, I think, I mean, that's even if you're talking about, amputations and that type of stuff. I have phantom pains with the fact that I don't have teeth, um, because I still feel toothaches in places where I don't have a tooth, if that makes sense. Um, so it's kind of the same thing. Um, anyway, we're working on the house. We're hoping to save it. We don't know if we're going to be able to. That's the key thing. Is for those of you, Scooter has seen the pictures. I've sent them to Pup, which she's welcome to show them. Um, you know, on her show tonight, of the one room we finished. Um, the interesting thing, yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. We had a kid that came in and said something about my teeth. at the store. And I leaned down to him and I said, "This is what happens when you don't take care of your teeth. So you need to, when you're younger, so you need to make sure you brush your teeth twice a day." And he just was staring at me like wide eyed. And I stood back up, and his mother touched me on the shoulder and said, "Thank you." Because apparently they've been having a hard time getting him to, hey, Journey, um, getting him to brush his teeth. So, yeah. Um, so maybe I helped that out. But anyway, so maybe, I mean, granted, it's not perfect. It's not like having your natural teeth, but that's not something I will ever have again. And I'd much rather be able to eat and not have to have the Heimlich maneuver performed on me, a couple of times a year. Then, yeah, you know, um, yeah, exactly. Uh, Yeah, some of the thing is that the posts have managed to keep the bone intact. So when they pulled all the teeth, they put the posts in, so that it's managed to hold the bone, um, which is a good thing. But yeah, it's it's interesting, and if I can manage to uh, get that done, then I should be able to, you know, eat. Um, my biggest problem, Peter, is I have what the dentist called the world's worst, absolute worst gag reflex. And it's really funny. If you give me enough drugs that I don't care, you can do all kinds of stuff with my mouth. Put dentures in, retainers, whatever. But if I'm awake at all and have any cognizant thoughts, my dentists have all learned that when I say I have the worst gag reflex, to believe me, because if they don't, I vomit on their shoes. So they have gotten to where they believe me when I tell them. Um, but yeah, uh, I'm I'm hopeful that we will have this done. Uh, you know, yeah. The thing that I have, I looked at the discount insurance, and the problem is that we couldn't get it done with that. It was part of what we were looking at initially, and we already had dental insurance through. I was working at the time, through my company, and I was paying for the top of the line dental insurance, which only gave you $2,000 a year. So, in trying to plan all of this, um, we were trying to, um, yeah, we were trying to set it up so that I would have something done at the very end of the year and right at the turnover. Okay, so I'd get something done. We'd wait a week, and I'd get the next thing done. But still, $4,000 is a long way from $55,000, which was what, in the end, if you think about it, you have, well, what they've quoted me is $1,000 per tooth. Okay. Yeah, my gag reflex is horrific. Um, to the point I couldn't even, a lot of people have their tongue pierced. There's no way I could do that because I would gag on it all the time. Um, I can touch the tip of my tongue like that, and that's about it. Other than that, I'll gag. I gag on food. I gag on My doctor gave me a lidocaine mouthwash to use for going to the dentist to try to get some of this stuff done. And and my gag reflex was so bad that when we numbed my tongue with that lidocaine, I gagged on my tongue. That's how bad it is. So it's kind of a funny thing. But anyway, so Pup, are you ready for us to all head over to your channel and you do some artwork for us? If so, everybody knows where to find Pup. And if they don't, Pup and Scooter are bound to be able to throw their links up in the chat. But yeah. So again, guys, I am going to 24 minutes. Yeah. I don't. Well, yeah, mine literally was being in a truck, 18-wheeler for 7 years with my husband, and getting diabetes early on in that journey. I mean, you can't take care of your teeth as well as you should in an 18-wheeler. You just can't. So, yeah, I can't. Literally. And we think what happened is I choked on something at some point, which makes sense to me. When I was a kid, because I can remember choking on the cinnamon discs that you get, what are they called? Like butterscotch, only they're cinnamon. I had one of those when I was a kid, and I remember choking on it, but it wasn't so terribly bad that, that I thought it would do this, but Oh, a popcorn kernel. Have you ever had popcorn kernels, like the husk get stuck on the back of your tongue? Oh, that's fun. That'll do it every time. Anyway, guys, I know it's 24 minutes, but I have got to take a shower and go to bed. Again, y'all, thanks for stopping by. I know it's been a while. I'll try not to be as much of a stranger. And Scooter, and Pup, feel free to rattle my cage if I do. You guys know how to get a hold of me. Anyway, so Journey, all of y'all, good to see you. Really, 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 really good to see all of you. And again, let's make the world there we go. Let's make the world a better place. You too, Journey. You too. All of you. It was really good to see you. And hear me laugh. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Anyway, let's make the world a better place. Let's tune out the noise and get back to what we are all here for. Everybody head on over to Jen's, see what she's got cooking up for us today in her art world, and I will see you guys there.